from my side. Hi, my name is Rizwan. I'm from India. I'm representing Dr. Hassan's interest in this case. So, as you know, according to the case, my earnest desire is to be inventor always, a scientist. So, I would prefer my invention to be known as a medicine, drug, rather than a supplement. So, to my mind, I believe FDA approval is crucial to get my medicine to be a drug and to reach out to the whole world. So I would like to grant the license of the patent drug to the buyer who gets the FDA approval. So this is my concern for the further negotiation. I'm passing my to continue this request to my lawyer, Mr. Massey.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm going to represent lawyer Sam Massey. So I am, Dr. Hassan is my client, and I'm going to help him get a deal from either Zinc-It or Zooms, a deal from either Zinc-It or Zooms, and the fee I get is a 5% of the upfront payment.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Finn. I'm from France and I'm representing the Zinc-It team in this negotiation. So yeah, let's try to find a deal. Do you have an offer you would like to make?
I think we would like to discuss this priorly in private for up to 5 minutes, if that's possible.
Yes, sure. I'm gonna mute my phone and just you sign when it's
good. All right. So if we may start our little conversation, Dr. Hassan. I think you know very well that well you shouldn't be forced to accept less than a 20 million upfront payment, because you can do that. You can get that easily from Zooms, and other than that, Zinc-It thinks there is a 10% chance of FDA approval, but you are very convinced that this could this is a 60% likelihood of FDA approval, and you have a very strong
approve. There's 60% of chance to get this approval. Against Zinc-It is mentioning that 10%, but I believe that I'm sure about it that it will surely get approved on 60% chance I have.
Good.
And no other invention has been done regarding this.
All right, and I have done some calculations. So Zinc-It is expecting 30 million profit if they combine the 10% chance of winning the FDA approval and the 90% chance of not winning it. So that's roughly a 30 million profit. But if we consider a 60% likelihood of FDA approval, then that number becomes 80 million. So it's much higher. And other than that, we should also consider that in case of FDA approval, Zinc-It is going to make a 120 million profit anyway. So I think it's a reasonable statement to claim for half of the 120 million in bonus. So as a bonus of FDA approval, Dr. Hassan should get $60 million.
Right, you're absolutely correct. But I don't think so they would be agree on this, because 10 million it will require to get the approval. And I have seen and I observed that, like you have already mentioned, that 30 million will be the profit if the approval didn't get done. So if we pressurize them to give 60 million, I think they would not be agree. If you can convince on that, I would be glad. But I feel if do they have given some schemes to you? If it gets approved, they will give as compared to Zums, right?
Yes,
So
right,
I would like to go with 20 million plus 15 bonus, 15 million
right.
bonus when it gets the FD approval. Because
Right.
money, because 5 million will not make any kind of difference. But if this medicine become a drug, I would get my dream, my earnest desire to become a scientist or famous or to be something in my life. It will get.
We've discussed all the packages with my client,
Yes.
and we also think that in case of FDA approval, which is according to Dr. Hassan, much higher than 10% likelihood,
Okay.
then Zinc-It would get 120 million profit, and I think it would be reasonable to split that in half as a bonus. But let's discuss the options that we have.
Okay. Having 20 millions upfront, I think it's important that it does take a risk to and lower his upfront payment.
Dr. Hassan, do you want to intervene?
Sure, Matthew, I believe that this is a fine deal of the option B because if you see they are giving upfront 25 million in the first option. So only for 5 million, I think they will not get suppress our this because they have also got the benefit of like 25 million taking upfront if they are giving the FDA approval or not. We are saying that if they give the FDA approval, just have to give upfront payment of 20 million and 15 million like after getting the FDA approval. So I think this is a fine deal for us. I think we should convince them if they are agree for that.
Option B, that is.
So you want
option B.
the option B.
Yeah.
So the problem with the option B is that the upfront payment is 20 millions, but there's a problem that if the FDA, we don't get the FDA approval, which is a risk. It's something that can happen. We estimate that there is like a 1 on 10 chance of winning approval. So if we don't get the approval, the profit would be only 20 millions. You understand that we can't pay you 20 millions if we have only 20 millions profit. So we wouldn't get anything. We wouldn't get any profits. So it's not an option for us to pay 20 million upfront to you when we're not sure to get anything more than that. So that's why we're ready to give you a bit more, a lot more in bonus after the approval. So we're ready to give you 20 millions after the bonus, the approval, but not upfront. We can't do that.
But Josephine, but Nancy, I believe if you are fighting from my side. So I believe if they are giving me 25 million upfront, so if I take only 20 million upfront and 15 million, 5 million is only there. If they get a loss, because I know that this medicine surely get approved, and I'm sure about that. And 60% I'm sure about that. They are thinking
You're
from
only
their side because
60% sure. 60% is a bit more than half the probability, but you're not 100% sure neither. So we're taking a risk.
Joseph, that risk business is all about risk. So if we see the other side of the spectrum is like nobody has invented this kind of medicine. There's a highest chance. And if you see you are ready to give me 25 million upfront. I'm just saying that just give me 20 million and 5 million you are already saving here. If it gets approved, there's a chance of 5 million. If it gets approved, if it doesn't get approved, you still are getting 5 million, right? Understand? Because the profit is 30 million. The profit is 30 million. We are just giving you 20 million upfront if it doesn't get approved. Okay. So I want that if it is not beneficial.
So that's why we're ready to give you a bit more a lot more in bonus after the approval. So we're ready to give you 20 millions after the bonus, the approval, but not upfront. We can't do that.
But Josephine, but Nancy, I believe if you're fighting from my side. So I believe if they are giving me 25 million upfront, so if I take only 20 million upfront and 15 million, 5 million is only there. If they get a loss, because I know that this medicine surely get approved, and I'm sure about that. And 60% I'm sure about that. They are thinking
You're
from
only
their side because
60% sure. 60% is a bit more than half the probability, but you're not 100% sure neither. So we're taking a risk.
Josephine, that risk business is all about risk. So if we see the other side of the stack, is like nobody has invented this kind of medicine. There's a highest chance. And if you see you are ready to give me 25 million upfront, I'm just saying that just give me 20 million and 5 million you are already saving here. If it gets approved, there's a chance of 5 million. If it gets approved, if it doesn't get approved, you still are getting 5 million, right? Understand? Because the profit is 30 million. The profit is 30 million. We are just giving you 20 million upfront if it doesn't get approved. Okay. So I want that if it is not beneficial to you, so you can go for C section, C option for that.
Sorry, what did you say at the end? Which option did you say?
If this option is not profitable to you, can we go for the C option in this?
The C option.
Yeah.
The thing is, in total, you would get more if you would go for the D option. If you think about it, you would get maybe 17 millions upfront, which would be best for us because we would, in case the FDA is not approved, we would still get a bit of profit ourselves while we took the risk. And if the FDA is approved as a bonus, you would get 15 million, which is also a good bonus. What do you think? Would it be a better option?
I think it's interesting to see one of these options where Zinc-It doesn't make a loss in case of non-FDA approval. But considering that there's FDA approval, the profit for Zinc-It is 120 million. And I think Dr. Hassan would only accept less than 20 million upfront if the bonus is at least 60 million after the FDA approval.
60 millions. I mean, that could be an option, but it's not in any of the package.
No, it is not. So, but considering that possibility,
yeah,
then it's reasonable to see the power that has Dr. Hassan to not get a deal with Zinc-It and go with Zoom.
Yes, indeed. It is the case. Unfortunately, as a business that takes risk, we have to take risk, but we can't take a risk of spending 20 millions on Dr. Hassan's invention and not getting anything in return. That would be too much of a risk for us. And we understand that Dr. Hassan could get to Zooms and get his 20 million upfront, but in the end, he wouldn't get the medicine, and I think it's what is most important to him. So we can't lose money, and Dr. Hassan can't lose the fact that he wants a medicine. So I think it would be best to find an option where we both agree, we both get profits, and where the bonus is quite consequent too. The 20 million option with the upfront payment is a good option because you get 17 million, which is good. It's just 3 million less than if you would go to Zooms directly. And this is the part where you take the risk just for the FDA approval. And then you get 15 millions, and it's a good option anyway. And we can't do more than that.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Josephine, understand this. We are doing a business, and if I really want to take 17 million, if I go, so I can do this deal with Jums. I can take the first option of 25 million. I want to take the risk. I want somebody to take the risk and to get the FDA approval. I'm fighting this. I'm fighting, and we are discussing over this because you are taking ready to take the FDA approval. So if you are ready to take the FDA approval, that's why I have offered that I can take upfront 20 million and FDA bonus of 10 million if it gets approved, right? So if you are taking this, I'm sure there is a chance. You also believe there is a chance. You are saying that there is a 10% chance. I'm saying that there is a 60% chance. But I'm sure that there is a chance that it will surely get approved, right? And if it is, doesn't get approved, like you are saying that, but I don't think that it will not get approved because 10 million, others, we are getting the profit of 30 million. You will not be in loss also. You will not be in loss also, whether if it doesn't get approved. But here I can see 20, I can see there is a chance to get this medicine approved by the FDA because there is no other kind of medicine available in the
I'm sorry, I'm not
okay.
hearing very well.
So if you see, you are ready to give me 25 million upfront, as is mentioned in the case study, 25 million upfront and zero bonus. But I'm saying that here, just to get 20 million upfront and 10 million of FDA bonus. So the option I think would not be make any loss for you, any loss. Messi, am I right? 20 million plus
Right.
10 FDA bonus would not make any loss for, because there is a chance. Your business is all about to take a risk because there is a chance, and this chance can make you more richer, around 120 million of profit, and that can change everything well round off.
Yes, but the chance,
Nice.
as
So
we
that's my
made
point of view.
only 1 in 10 chance. If it was, if we had better chances, if it was like 6 on 10 chances, maybe we would take the risk. Yes, but the chances are very low. You want to take, you
Yeah,
want to
right,
take risk
Josephine. Just
without.
from your eyes, you can see that is a chance of 1%. I can see there is a chance out of 10 it is 6. Because I have seen the recovery of my father while doing this process. I have used this medicine to my father, and I have seen that how he was getting very well in a very short span of time. So by my side, I have really researched, and I'm sure I heard Zinc-It client, but I think they are not able to understand our feelings. That this is really a different kind of situation. Here, business is all about risk. I think they are thinking not to take risk here. So I believe this 20 million is really good for us. If, and we have already decided that we will give this patent to that company who will take the FDA approval. Because earlier uh, we are already having an offer of 25 million upfront. So 17 million will not make any kind of profit to us because I'm sure that this will surely get approved by FDA. So what's your take on it, Matthew? What do you think?
I think
Because other company was ready to give
20.
20 million in cash upfront.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, but no
and we are
bonus.
ready to give, yeah, with no
Yeah.
bonus. But Jenkins is ready to give 17 million. Don't you think so? If this medicine is not worth, they would give 17 million to us. There is something worth in it. That's why they are giving 17 million to us. I hope you understand my feelings that if they are giving 17, they are ready to give 17 million, they would be ready to take 20 million also. They will not lose this. on 3 million.
I, I, s- I see your point. I still think that option D with the 17 million upfront payment is reasonable because you are very optimistic.
18 million. I think there's a chance that you can easily get the profit in that.
We're not gonna do the C option because, like I said earlier, 20 millions upfront wouldn't give us any profits at all, and we can't take that risk. So what I offer you
It
is
wouldn't.
option D or E, but option D is the best, I do believe. Or you can always go to Zooms and get only 20 millions upfront and no medicine, and that's the only options.
I think massive Zinc-It person is not able to understand that we have to do 20 millions of this deal, and we should not go less than that. And this will actually we can go with this deal like 20 million. If we have to go less than that, we can go to Zums. But if we are not getting 20 million here, so we have to do this. 20 million is the key option, the guide option. If they are sticking on that, that is fine. If they are not, we'll see other things.
Okay. Yes. So I think we should decide soon if we have a deal or no deal.
Okay. I'm not going for option C. As a business, it's not viable for us, so I can't take that option. I'm sorry. So it's my last offer is option D.
So it's okay, Basti, that if they are not agree with that, because no deal is better than bad deal.
Okay. Up to you, Dr. Hassan.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, is this it? No deal?
No deal?
Okay.
Well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
You have a lot of success in your future negotiations.